What's up, brother? How you doing? How you feeling? Have you seen your mother? When you see her next time, tell her that I love her. I was crashing in the living room like Donald.
What's up, brother? This is your boy Troy.
What's up, brother? This your boy Tbrown.
And welcome
And
to the What's Up, Brother podcast. How you guys doing today?
How you doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing, kid?
I'm a little under the weather, but I'm all right. We're going to get it. Got my tea, but we good.
He said I'm sipping that good. All right, I hear that. Well, today we got another hit today, guys. This one's going to be a great one. We got somebody that's coming on today that's in that entrepreneurial field, dabbling in the engineering, building shit, out here trying to help the community at the same time. Also, it's going to be a great one. It's going to be fun. And this is also a homie of ours who we've had many a nights playing cards with. And while I'm at it, thank you guys for listening to us so far and joining us on this journey. And also, thank you to our listeners out on Spotify. Thank you for the listeners out here on Anchor and Apple Music. And we have a new listener out here out in Seattle, Washington. Thank you so much for joining the club. Thank you for tuning in, joining the party. Thank you for joining our journey. It's going to be a great one, guys. It's going to be a great one. All righty, so we're going to get into it. We're going to bring them in. All right. So here we are with the one and only Steven DeMorcy.
What's up, brother?
How you doing today?
What's going on, fellas? We living good. Life is good.
Word. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Facts, man.
What you been up to?
Adventuring, exploring life, living day to day. That's it.
I guess we're going to get into that in today's show then.
Let's hear that. All right. So first off, since you already touched on a little bit on the exploring part, I remember you literally had your whole cross-country moment where you went from Jersey and traveled, drove all the way from Jersey to Cali. What was that like?
Bruh, so when I planned it, that shit was supposed to take 2.5 days to get there. But I promise you, after 200 miles, a nigga was stopping somewhere. From here to the entire Pennsylvania is fucking just open land, bro. There's
it is.
And land, my nigga. You just watching land. And then you get into Ohio, bro. Ohio's houses and land, bro. But Vegas, Vegas was bomb, and I ended up in LA. LA was bomb as fuck. That's where the views is at, bro.
I ain't mad at it. And with that said, also, tell everybody a little bit about yourself so they know a little bit what you got going on.
Yo, I don't even know about these. What you mean? What you want me to talk about?
Introduce yourself to the people that don't know you. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so to the people that really don't know, tell them what you do.
Niggas don't feel like they do anything, but what it feels like I've tried to do, my nigga, is live this entrepreneurial life right now. So we're doing this, we just started going back to work in the full time, but for the past 2 years has just been trying to get to the bag, living entrepreneurial, trying to do that working from home situation and building our own little enterprise so I could stash some money quickly, get rich or not die trying. But
that's real life.
I hear that. All right, so with that being said, touch base on esteemed drones. What's that?
All right, so my background, right? So I didn't know how to speak English, so I had to learn how to speak English. I was in ESL, ELL, as learning a new language and shit. Special ed, sometimes ADD be off the wall and shit. And we also low key a genius nigga. So clearly I worked, did those AP classes, those robotic shit, and those honors. So clearly went and got my degree, became a young teaching nigga, but I'm yo, this ain't the life. I hate little niggas, but I love little niggas at the same time. So it was I just don't want to beat it, but I want the bag, I want the money, and I want the influence. When I saw Green Goblin on his Rover, bro, I knew that'd be me one day, bro. I'm not even gonna stop. That's That's how I imagine my life just gliding through the fucking air. So, bro, it's just me trying to propel everybody's brain towards like the aerospace field altogether, the space science field. So that's like, learn how to fly this, like learn how to code it, learn how to use gyroscope, interscope, and shit. But how to take these pictures, these videos, so niggas flying sexy. So I'm always that. Like that's what it's about.
I feel that. That's great.
That's interesting.
That's great. Hell yeah. Because I'm not going front. That's why I was asking you to touch on that, because I've literally watched you like play and tinker with little drones in front of me. That's why I was one of those. It was like, all right, I feel like we gotta talk about that. And even more like what really like made you like get into like the whole robotics and like tinkering and want to build drones? Like what sparked that interest?
Like as far as like building, like you're a dude, so you're just like, yo, let me build something. Like I got
I feel like
build something. Like
I'm mad at you. I get you on that one a little bit. I feel like that's true. Like naturally with them, and it's like, all right, I want to build something. I want to make something with my hands. It's that satisfaction. It's that satisfaction of knowing just like I made this. This is mine. It's like your baby in a way.
Facts, bro. So like, yeah, you understand, bro. That's just like how it started.
I feel that.
And I feel like that's still how.
Go ahead. I feel like I just cut you off. Go ahead.
Are you good? But like in terms of like remember when I used to like build drones and race cars and shit, and like that used to take up my time. So I'm just like, yo, let me flip the script and like I just learn how to get to the end product and then work backwards, bro.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. So I'm gonna make these, but then I'm gonna worry about the rest on how to get there later.
Yo.
What was it hard pulling away from being a teacher?
Nah, like you know how when you're in school and shit and niggas be like, yo, what do you want to do when you grow up? And you're supposed to have like this profound answer or blah blah.
Yeah.
I ain't never had no answer for nobody because I ain't never in my life picture myself working, bro.
I ain't mad at you.
To be real.
Most women today.
Bruh, I imagine I'll build some shit and then I'll sit back, retire.
I ain't mad at it.
See, we had these dreams, bro, when we was kids, and we just thought it was that easy. Nigga, we make one thing, that's it, and that's true.
You could.
But nobody ever showed us the road of the work to get there. Like,
no. See, and then now you touching on a little bit about how like, you never knew English. I never knew that about you. I never knew that you didn't know English at one point.
I never knew that either.
Facts. I would have never guessed it either.
Like, I don't know. I feel like, I'm like American, like a foundation for American culture right now. Because like, even established stuff is just very
just so the viewers know, you are, I'm you sound part, but you are Haitian. Like you from Haiti. So like, are you fresh off the boat? Like you was born over there, came over here?
Facts, fresh off the boat, like Holland Creole and everything. Like, yo, I promise you, like I live in like the Bronx right now. Clearly you hearing the trains and shit. But whenever like I work in Brooklyn, whenever I'm at the Haitian spots, bro, they don't even believe I'm Haitian, bro.
Because
your English accent is perfect.
It's perfect, yeah, bro.
You said yeah.
Oh God, like no, I would have never guessed it.
Me either.
Wow, that's what's up. That's great.
That is cool.
And what was that transition like? And that transition on like I know that basically that was hard. Basically, you saying since like you learning a new language and then you going through the school system and being put through that like those learning classes that held you back, and now you go from that to taking AP classes. So that you already know, like you said, nigga's a genius. So that's like one of those. It's like your level, your intellect.
Facts.
Was it hard, like adjusting?
Yo, like surprisingly, I felt like I made it harder on myself. I do feel like a ninja. I do feel like I'm low-key Sasuke. Like I'll be just ripping through these streets, like. Like literally one day I could literally be on, you know, a nigga love a rooftop, so I could literally be out there having rooftop cocktails, and the next day, like, I do not mind being on the projects and just like, you know, puff up fast, whatever, like the vibe is.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I like going places. I like all that shit.
I feel you. And then another thing about transition, what was your transition like moving from the burbs to the city? Because I know you lived in like a burb area of Jersey, moving into Jersey City.
Bro, it's like
because you got a whole lot of different changes of pace in your life.
You're like moving from horses and like farms and like land and like all that to like just people on top of people and like metropolitan and like escalating and shit. I think like I was 7 when I first rode the escalator, bro. It was just like different. It was different. Like you don't see horses out here. You don't see none of that. You don't get no like starry nights and shit. You don't get like shit. So it's just like, you know, it's different, bro.
I mean, you can somewhat see horses out in New York, and that's been even back.
That's Central Park.
Got here. Nah, I haven't seen them besides Central Park. Now and today, it might be just Central Park because I think the city got tired of cleaning up after the horses.
Oh God, it's a lot of shit, man.
Oh yes, it is.
It is. Them niggas do mountains and shit, and don't even lose their stride either. They just walk, guap, 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 just not even lose their stride. Imagine a horse get in a race and they just drop one mid-race.
I think you'll never know.
You never know.
I think it'll be the dirt kicking up.
Turd, right?
You only know from the back shot.
Word.
Is it hard trying to like level up like within your field right now that you're getting into? Based on like 1, your sexuality, you being gay, and then 2, being a black man?
It's like nearly impossible, but like niggas will find a way. Like my field right now is just like, yo, like nigga, it's just hard, bro. It's just like real, like it's just real hard. Like yeah, opportunities come your way and you're trying to build on those opportunities to get to like the next level. So as a black man, we'll start there first, right? You realize like your resources financially are limited. So, you know, you don't got the community to give you capital to build shit. Nor do you have the circuit in which this nigga became a lawyer, this nigga became a doctor, this nigga became a blase blah, so you could take advantage of that. So you don't really got that on, right? And I guess like on the gay tip, right, you're just like socially, you ain't trying to like clearly like if you had the option to fuck your way to the top, like most people will take it, but like you don't have that option. You can't find like bro, it's just a lot. It's a lot, bro.
Do you feel like it's like when it comes to the work aspect of it that you have to work 10 times harder as like just regular being black and then adding your sexuality to it?
Facts, bro. It feels like, yeah, it definitely feels like that. Like, yeah. I remember like, yo, I had like a principal who was like an ex-black, well, he was like a Black Panther member or whatever, like Dr. Wins at Lincoln and shit in Jersey City. He once sat me down and like literally like just dropped jewels on me and shit. But it's like, it's automatic, you know, just being black, you got to work 10 times harder. But like, then add all those factors, your own personality to that shit and your own struggles and whatever, and add all that shit to it. Your sexuality, add that shit to it. So not only do you have to work 10 times harder, but if you come into a room, like this nigga, when he came to a room, bro, you just felt his presence. So it's like, for him, it's like, if you come to a room and your presence is not felt, it means you're not like working hard enough to sway or lead the audience. But like, that's always a mindset, bro. It's just, yeah, it's hard. It's like, you got to work 10 times harder and it's still not enough.
So how do you deal with it?
Right.
like personally, I don't. My life motto, my Nintendo way is like I can't, but God will. So like, bro, it's just like I do what I can, and like I put the rest.
What? Let me rephrase that. What gives you the strength to keep pushing each and every day?
Niggas don't have no other options. It's either not see my best self or like cower down to a lesser version of what I want to be. And like, I don't know, that's not like, that don't sit well with me.
Well said.
I ain't mad at that. I hear that. Strong man shit. Do most people even notice that you gay when you walk in the room?
But like, I'm sure you know most of my personality is based around flirting. So like,
technical difficulties. All right. We back. So now I was saying that do most people even notice that you're gay when you walk in the room?
Like, I don't think you did. I don't think Justin did. I don't think any of my friends that I have now thought like, I was gay when I first met them. It was like a fun
right?
I did know.
It's crazy.
I did know.
I didn't know.
I told Tbrown this a couple of days ago. I just see, for me is I had two really close gay cousins, and both of them were different, like in their own personality. So I was able to take those signs for that they gave because they were also different. And when you came around, some of those things applied. So I was like, it could be, it could not. I didn't judge you because me, I don't give a fuck if you're gay or not. You cool peeps, like you know me, nobody give a fuck. But I was like, yeah, I think, but I never said anything because it ain't my place. Like, it ain't my place as a man to know, to care if you're gay or not. But I knew. I had a little inkling of it.
I might just need to pop out in like a Prince uniform and just like be like,
not be yourself. Be yourself.
I'm not going front though. I would like to see you in a purple velvet suit though.
Yeah,
I think you could rock that.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice, Steven.
Because you already got like a velvet already, right? Like a burgundy John.
Pause. Yeah. He said what we flicked it up with it. Yeah, that was a throwback. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw your picture of you on that podium giving addressing to the people out in Cali out there.
Facts.
Oh, word.
What was that about?
Like I literally have been having like a lot of presentations with like different states, different people who are in charge of like, just like finding out the gatekeepers and kissing the ring, bro. You know how
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at you.
Niggas are trying to get clients and keep their clients and have a really great little organization comeback situation that lasts me a while so I can get a lot of money and never work again and just trust the people I put around me to do everything.
That's a big axe. That is a big axe. I think every human will love that.
Boom. Yeah.
You ain't lying.
It's like I want to be in the Matrix, but only if God is driving. So it's like that I'm good. Like
I want to be in the Matrix. I ain't mad at you.
Only if God is driving though. That's a key part.
He's the only if God is driving. Facts.
Now we know
I need a chauffeur.
we good. We know we good. God driving, ain't no accidents.
Have you been trying to get back into community building again? Because I know with you traveling, it's hard for you to pick a place to try and build. But
like that's been my issue right now. So clearly I'm working in the Bronx and shit. I mean, I'm working in Brooklyn and I'm living in the Bronx. So that's like a hike every day. When you got to come back, you're like 2+ hours in traffic. So if you're trying to avoid that, you got to be in like fucking Brooklyn a little bit longer, which I'm not mad at. So like I started trying the Soul Summit, bro. I'm mad you're not around because that just happened on Saturday and they're launching another one at the park. So you got the Soul Summit happening that I'm checking out and shit. And they're doing this is like organization called Vocal, and they're doing like prison reform stuff about no law. I don't know. I care about weird dumb shit, bro. Like,
I mean, I don't think that's weird dumb shit because, like, that's one thing I also liked about you because I noticed while you were teaching, like, you would take some kids from your class, even though, like you said, you hate little niggas, but you love them. because obviously you sitting here trying to like take young men from out of their situation and try and like show them the way like there's more options. And that's why I was asking about the community building, because that is something that I think is like, that's a very commendable thing, because you don't see that in a lot of people, like a lot these days. You don't see people trying to take them out and to like mentor, like basically be a mentor and like be that shining light for like young minds.
Yo, bro, appreciate that. My boy Zay, Boys Club, they was like everything, bro. Like, I don't know, you know how you're in middle school and like, whether you're that kid building a paper airplane, you can't catch a break if you're building a paper airplane because you're just getting in trouble for it, which, you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that kid who's overly vocal, like all my little ninjas were like, yo, overly aggressive. Like there was like, we would do like, you know, ROTC boot camp stuff and, you know, like Dr. King talks speeches and shit. And like, yo, they would sit there and make each other cry for like 5 minutes, expecting me to like interject and stuff. And I'm just like looking at them, just like, yo, like y'all is like y'all ridiculous. But like you, like, you know, throughout the time, you know, you get to see them watch like build their brotherhood, which is like, you know, everything that it's about. You know, you get them build their support system, like. It's important. Like a lot of that wasn't done for me, and by the time it got done for me, it was like high school and shit. So it's like when I got to high school, I had Galloway, I had Smith, I had like a few people who I had Dr. Wentz who were like teaching me about what it's like to be a young gent, to be like a man. So it's like you got to pay it forward a little bit, you know.
You see, that's key, because that's what we need for these young black men out here. Just keep
man.
We need guidance. We need role models. Is the term Tbrown should have used. You know, Steve, you're being a role model, and role models are key in communities.
Well, mentor isn't a bad term.
That's true too. No, I'm just saying, but role model for some kids is needed more than a mentor, and I know that because I had ADHD too. I was especially with it too, so I know the ins and out of being, you know, around that, what Steven is saying. So being a role model to kids when you go through that kind of conflict is a great thing, because you don't find that in regular normal people, but to find that in somebody that struggles throughout their life, it's a good thing. So that's all I'm trying to say.
It is though. Facts. And yes, thank you, Stephen, because it is something that is needed. It's something that is needed out here. We need more role models that can basically shine, like basically, like how I saw a post on Facebook earlier today. It was like, you can't call yourself the big homie if you leading the little homies in the jail and shit like that. And we can call you the big homie, Stephen, because you out here leading people into the right places, basically.
Yeah, bro.
You really trying to build people up.
Ninja shit,
and that's what we need to do. We need to stop being crabs in the barrel and start bringing people up and help uplift. Because like you said earlier, man, like us coming from the communities that we don't have shit in order to help like fund things that we want to get into to help build the community, you know. And it's hard enough in order to get motherfuckers into one group, unless it's situations like how we have those Black Lives Matter movements, where now all of a sudden we can group together peacefully and not have any shit go down. But then back in Jersey City in like early 2000s, we couldn't even have a freaking parade without a fucking gang fight happening. You know,
so
it's definitely like
been witness to many of them, gunshots and everything.
That's what I'm saying, for real. I've definitely been those moments. What was that one parade, Jay, where it was like wetlands and like you could see on the back end of Baby Monticello when they was coming down Clinton, like it was
the Martin Luther King parade.
Okay,
it was literally
that's why,
like an army.
If you ask yourself,
T-shirts. It was an army of black T-shirts coming through, bro.
If you ever ask yourself why Jersey City doesn't have Martin Luther King parade no more, that's why. All right.
That's the
it was the meetup. It literally was the meetup, bro. It was like one group of gang members would go here on this block, the other one would go to the block over, the other ones would be on a block over, some would be across the street from each other, and they just wait to make a move. It's a chess game. That's it. They just wait to make a move every time, every year. So they wind up canceling it. And then that was it for MOK. See you later. What do you say, Steven?
That's crazy.
That's just crazy, bro.
It got like that, bro. I'll never forget that day. I was literally standing on my corner, Baby Monticello, and on the other corner that block we used to walk down to get to your crib, it was literally that whole block. It was like a whole military line of black t-shirts. It literally had to be like a smooth, like 100 dude. That's all you saw was just nothing but that's it. The chain. It was chain link. You just thought it would end. Nope. Come through. The only time you'd see a gap because somebody probably had to tie their shoe or something like that.
But see, truthfully, me and Tyrone grew up together, but far apart. I was more into, not into like me into it, but I was more involved in the gang areas of our child, like of the area we lived in. Tyrone was more away from that. So I experienced it. And what Tyrone's talking about, that big old line of people, that happened numerous times. When you had to walk in somebody's hood, you get everybody. Everybody comes. 100 people walk down. So that was nothing new for me to see. I'm glad we don't see it no more, but now we see a different, we don't need to see that no more, because now you just ride up on a scooter and pop, pop, pop. And
Bro, they shooting now. At least then you had a chance to throw your hand.
Would you like to go back to those times or these times?
Shoot, I sometimes I think about wanting to go back to those times, just because at least there was some sense of honor still. You're fighting with your hands. Now it's just shooting.
Sure.
The community changed so much. But back on topic.
So, but now we're touching back to you, Steven. Another thing that I wanted to touch on: how did your parents take you coming out, bro? Because I know with you being Haitian, that was that tough? A tough question or a statement to pop?
I mean, not a tough question. Like, we ain't speak for like 2 years, like, you know, and my mom's still waiting for me to get, like, you know, a grandkid or, you know, a blase.
Yes. He said I told him, but they don't believe it.
My kids get swallowed, bro.
Yes, they do.
Oh, man.
Mama ain't happy. She said, hey.
Shit. Oh man, that cracks me up. Yeah.
So what is the relationship like now with your parents?
I mean, it's always a work in progress, bro. To be real with you, it's a work in progress.
Honesty, I like honesty.
We all have our ways, but it's not just like, you know, it's multiple layers to family drama. But it's not like, you know, when you see like the Bill Cosby type of family given, like, you know, you kind of wanted that, but like, you know, it's real life shit.
True. So let me ask you another question. Are you what is like, how involved are you into the LGBT plus community?
Not at all.
That's shocking. Why? That's shocking.
Not at all. Like, I'll go to clubs and shit, if that counts. Like, once in a blue. And niggas walking back because they got working a little bit. But enjoy this fucking Bronx train, bro.
Yes.
How do I even flip this? Bro, hold up.
That train is right above him. Look at that train.
Yep.
That's New York City.
I missed that.
I missed that. Bro.
Yes, it is.
I missed that.
No, so I was back to, because I know the train was going by. So I was like, you said that you go out to clubs and stuff, but I'll rephrase the question. Like, do you like like in the movement of the LGBT community, the movement, not the community itself, but like that movement alone, do you support anything that comes out of it? Where do you stand with the movements that's coming out? Like your history being in schools, you guys being you know, as far as other things that's coming out, like transgenders being allowed in, you know, women's bathrooms, women's lounges, stuff like that. I want to know where you stand on that, stuff like that.
Bro, like, clearly the world has changed like a ton bit from middle school to now in terms of like what you see, what's available that's out, how people are reacting to it, what people are truly actually attracted to. Bro, it's just like, it's just a lot right now. So like, yes. So now you're just seeing like the exploration of like, you know, sexuality, I feel like. So I think everyone is just feeling things out right now. as far as being in the community, bro, if something pop off like Black Lives Matter, I'm in there. But other than that, my nigga, justice for me first. That's where I'm at.
I support it. I support it 100%. T, back to you.
And with that said, with that one, so I know you don't have any strong feelings about them putting like the color black into their flag and changing it up and everything.
Like, bro, I don't even know what the flag is at this point. So niggas do them. I'm all about niggas doing them.
You said I'm just here for the turn up from the LGBTQ community. I ain't here for the extra shit.
Yo, meet me for the turn up. Yo, life is gonna be what it's gonna be, bro.
That's 100%.
Yeah. All right, niggas gotta be out right now, bro.
Word.
All right, then.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for spending some time with us.
Time, man.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have to have you back on. This was too quick. We're gonna have to have you back on, man.
All
right, bro. For real.
All right, man. Peace. That was
a
quick one. We wasn't not
I wasn't expecting that either. For real.
People gotta work. People
Right.
do gotta work. So he gave us the time he did have, and that's all we could thank him for. But before I kick it to T, Steven is an entrepreneur. So it's like the reason why we having this podcast is because we know there's a lot of people out there getting away from 9 to 5s and going into actually working for themselves and trying to make something happen for themselves. And we just want to let you guys know that there are people doing it. There are people that succeed at it. There are people that fail at it. But the key thing to take away from some of the things that Steven was saying is that you got to keep working every day. Just keep working and you'll get there. And later on next week in our next episode, we actually have another entrepreneur on the show who's a lady, has her own business.
Right.
And we're going to get into that kind of aspect of it, being a mother and, owning a business and how entrepreneurship is affecting her and the way she moves. So I kick it over to T. Let T close this out.
To add on to that a little bit about what Steven was talking about, another point that I wanted to say to everybody, don't, like how he said, like adding on to Justin, work every day, but like work on yourself, man. Don't sell out on yourself. Don't be a lesser form of yourself just because you're afraid to chase your dreams in order to get out from that 9 to 5 that you got, because most people hate their 9 to 5, or there's 9 to 5s ain't even 9 to 5s no more. We pulling 12 fast, 10 to 10s. We pulling 12s out here. Like Big Sean say 10 to 10, then 10 again. Then it's just like that, So this one of those where it's like don't sell out yourself,
It's like
you
work
feel
is
like
getting harder and living is getting more expensive.
And then you just want to get out and get better out of your situation. So don't be afraid to get out and get into a better situation for yourself, or even for your kids, or just in general for your mental health, just everything. Don't be afraid to just be a better form of yourself, whether if it's starting off with something little of just like brushing your teeth every day, because not everybody brush their teeth every day. You want those pearly whites, get those pearly whites, make it happen,
Pay attention
I'm
to
serious.
the metaphor, what he's using, what he's saying. It's like, just put your 100% effort into it every day. Just keep trying, even when you're not, even when the world knocks you down. Get back up.
Try, for real. I always say it to myself too. You can't be mad at not trying. You can only be mad if you didn't try. At least if you did try, you can't be mad. And even if you failed, you can't be mad.
And you'll never know if you're going to succeed if you don't try.
Facts.
If you have an idea, work it out. If it take you 10 years, that 10 years is going to be worth it when it pays out. You guys got to understand that. And I know for some people, it's enjoyment in what you do. Yeah, make sure you have that enjoyment in it, because you don't want to be bored if it takes you 10 years to hit. Find some enjoyment, but don't give up on your dreams so easy. I see so many, young kids, and it's not just Black kids, it's young Spanish kids, white kids, every like, y'all so quick to just not have dreams or give up on the aspirations you had, and just fall into the statistics. And we got to change it. We got to change it.
We got to change it.
One thing Steven said was about him being a mentor. That's key, and that's another reason why we had him on, because he actually was a teacher and a mentor. And you know, one thing you could take about it, he said something key. He said, I don't like little ones, but I love them. And that love for them is what pushes him to be that role model for them, to give them somebody they can look up to. And that's
also breaking the cycle. That's another thing that he's doing too, is breaking the cycle, because like he said, when he didn't get those people that were role models and mentors to him until he was in high school. So him being that middle school teacher and starting till then, that's a whole nother level of younger minds. And then maybe somebody else out in the world is starting even younger, you know. You got people we just need to break that cycle of just a shell of just starting people out and just being lonely, and then finding ways to help them when they're older, you know, like figuring out life late, you know. You gotta help.
Correct. But also, T, it's not even for just young people. I mean, 25, 30, it don't matter.
Right?
Just keep pushing.
It's
keep doing what you have to do to get there.
It's true, and it happens with them parents too.
Don't sell out.
Because sometimes
just give it your all. Just know one day you'll get there. Just know one day you get there. You put your all in, you'll get there. Yeah, you're gonna have bumps in the road. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Yeah, you might fall, you might lose everything and have to start over. But always have that confidence in yourself that your will get you there. That's it.
Right.
No matter where you are in life. Where you are. I seen homeless people, drug addicts recover. We all seen that, and then become something in life. I seen dudes go to jail and come out and become something in life. Have a government job after coming out of jail. You guys can do it. You don't have people around you telling you. That's the problem. You don't have people around you telling you.
And with that being said, it goes to our quote that we have for today. We are each other's harvest. We are each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond, by Gwendolyn Brooks.
That's right. We gotta help. More of a helping hand. More of a helping hand
for each other.
That's why we have this platform, to give people opportunity to just show you that you can get somewhere in life. You just gotta try. Last episode, where one of my best friends, Angel, like, he 11 years in the army. He came from where we come from. Look at me. I'm still here. I'm still here. Look at him. He had a dream and he fought for it. I laxed on my dream. That's why I can sit here and talk from experience. I laxed on my dreams. And now I'm sitting here with a new dream. Finally figured out what I really want to be in life. And that's a voice for you guys to understand that you have somebody to go to. If you, like I said before in another episode, shout out to the real listeners. If you need to talk, DM us, bro. We here.
Don't be afraid to hit us up.
We all need somebody to talk to, bro. We all need help. We all need motivation. We all need somebody to be that role model for us, to show us the correct way. We have too many people out here showing people the wrong way. We have to change that.
We're gonna break in that cycle.
Yes.
All right, guys. All right, then. Since this one was a quickie, we're gonna sign off. Your boy Tbrown.
And this your boy Troy. And thank you for watching the What's Up Brother podcast, man. Peace.
Thank you, guys.